Welcome to this past national examination review on energy transformation. In this video, we will solve and explain important multiple-choice questions selected from previous Ethiopian University Entrance Examinations. As each question appears on the screen, pause for a moment and try to find the answer on your own. After that, follow the explanation carefully to understand the key biological concept behind the question and learn effective strategies for answering similar exam questions. Let's begin. Question number 1. How does photosynthesis ensure the continuity of life? A. Constantly adding carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. B. Maintaining carbon dioxide and oxygen balance in the atmosphere. C. Constantly removing oxygen from the atmosphere. D. Adding natural gas and absorbing methane from the atmosphere. The correct answer is B. Photosynthesis removes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and releases oxygen. This maintains a balanced atmosphere that supports life. Living organisms depend on this balance for respiration and survival. Question number 2. Which one of the following chemical reactions summarizes the process of photosynthesis? A. Glucose plus 6O2 carbon dioxide plus 6H2O plus ATP. B. 6 carbon dioxide plus 12H2O glucose plus 6O2 plus 6H2O. C. 6 carbon dioxide plus 6H2O glucose plus 6O2 plus ATP. D. Pentose plus 6O2 carbon dioxide plus 12O2 plus 12H2O. The correct answer is B. During photosynthesis, carbon dioxide and water are used as raw materials. Light energy is converted into chemical energy stored in glucose, while oxygen is released into the atmosphere. Question number 3. As compared to non-cyclic photophosphorylation, cyclic photophosphorylation uses the A. Hydrolysis of water to replace electrons lost from photosystem II. B. Photosystem II as the first electron donor to NADP. C. Photosystem I to produce ATP and reduced NADP in the stroma. D. Photosystem I as the last electron acceptor. The correct answer is D. In cyclic photophosphorylation, only photosystem I is involved. The excited electrons eventually return to photosystem I, making it both the starting point and the final electron acceptor. As a result, ATP is produced, but NADPH and oxygen are not produced. Question number 4. During light-independent reactions of photosynthesis, glucose is synthesized through A. Release of hydrogen ions at the electron transport chain. B. Transmission of electrons to the inside of the thylakoid. C. Synthesis of reduced NADP that provides hydrogen ions. D. 6 turns of the Calvin cycle to make one molecule of glucose. The correct answer is D. The Calvin cycle fixes carbon dioxide and uses ATP and NADPH generated during the light-dependent reactions. Since one carbon dioxide molecule is fixed in each turn, 6 turns are required to produce one glucose molecule. Question number 5. In the CAM photosynthetic pathway, A. The C4 stage and the Calvin cycle are separated in time. B. Glucose is synthesized in the bundle sheath cell during night. C. Malate is stored in the mesophyll cells during the day. D. ATP and NADPH are produced during the night. The correct answer is A. Can plants open their stomata at night and fix carbon dioxide into malate? During the day, the stored malate releases carbon dioxide, which enters the Calvin cycle. This means carbon fixation and the Calvin cycle occur at different times. Question number 6. In the tropical regions, where there is higher temperature, which one of the following is most likely to take place in C3 plants? Rubisco binds with A. Carbon dioxide to produce glucose and water. B. Oxygen to produce GP and phosphoglycolate. C. GP to produce lipid. D. Water to produce TP. The correct answer is B. At high temperatures, stomata often close to reduce water loss. As carbon dioxide levels fall and oxygen levels rise, Rubisco binds oxygen instead of carbon dioxide. This process is called photorespiration and reduces photosynthetic efficiency. Question number 7. During the light-independent reactions of photosynthesis. A. Glucose is directly produced from GP. B. RuBP reacts with carbon dioxide to directly form TP. C. Some of the GP is used to regenerate RuBP. D. GP is reduced to TP by reduced NADP. The correct answer is D. In the Calvin cycle, carbon dioxide is first fixed to form GP. GP is then reduced to TP using ATP and reduced NADP. Some of the TP produced is used to regenerate RuBP, allowing the cycle to continue. Question number 8. Which one of the following events occurs during the daytime in the CAM photosynthetic pathway? A. Carbon dioxide reacts with malate. B. The stomata open to allow carbon dioxide. C. Carbon dioxide enters into the Calvin cycle. D. Oxaloacetate is formed. The correct answer is C. During the day, CAM plants keep their stomata closed to conserve water. The malate stored during the night releases carbon dioxide, which enters the Calvin cycle for glucose production. Question number 9. How many turns of the light-independent reaction cycle are required to make one molecule of triose phosphate? A. 3. B. 6. C. 2. D. 4. The correct answer is A. Each turn of the Calvin cycle fixes one molecule of carbon dioxide. To produce one molecule of triose phosphate, 3 carbon dioxide molecules must be fixed. Therefore, 3 turns of the Calvin cycle are required. Question number 10. Why does photorespiration take place in a hot environment? Because plants close their stomata and face A. Water shortage. B. Carbon dioxide shortage. C. Oxygen accumulation. D. Oxygen shortage. The correct answer is B. In hot conditions, plants close their stomata to reduce water loss. As a result, less carbon dioxide enters the leaf. When carbon dioxide becomes scarce, Rubisco starts binding oxygen instead of carbon dioxide. This leads to photorespiration. Question number 11. Which of the following is a correct description of the CAM pathway of photosynthesis? A. Carbon dioxide is stored in the form of malate during the night. B. The Calvin cycle takes place during the night. C. The Calvin cycle takes place in the bundle sheath cells during the day. D. Carbon dioxide is stored in the bundle sheath cells during the night. The correct answer is A. Can plants open their stomata at night and absorb carbon dioxide? The carbon dioxide is fixed and stored as malate inside the cells. During the day, malate releases carbon dioxide, which enters the Calvin cycle to produce sugars. Question number 12. A student investigates the need for carbon dioxide in photosynthesis. After destarching two plants, Plant A is placed in a bell jar without carbon dioxide. Plant B is placed in a bell jar with normal carbon dioxide. Both receive the same light and other conditions. After 12 hours, the amount of starch produced is measured. What are the dependent and independent variables of this experiment, respectively? A. Amount of starch, presence of light. B. Presence of light, amount of starch. C. Amount of starch, presence or absence of carbon dioxide. D. Presence or absence of carbon dioxide, amount of starch. The correct answer is C. The independent variable is the factor deliberately changed by the investigator. In this experiment, the availability of carbon dioxide is changed. The dependent variable is the factor measured. Here, the amount of starch produced is measured. Question number 13. Where does the production of ATP and reduced NADP take place? A. Cytoplasm. B. Thylakoid membrane. C. Fluid matrix. D. Stroma. The correct answer is B. ATP and reduced NADP are produced during the light-dependent reactions of photosynthesis. These reactions occur on the thylakoid membranes, where photosystems, electron transport chains, ATP synthase, and NADP reductase are located. Question number 14. The leaves of C3 plants in the tropics close their stomata to minimize water loss. As a result, carbon dioxide concentration falls. When C3 plants face this problem, ribulose bisphosphate reacts with oxygen and produces A. Hydrogen peroxide and carbon dioxide in the mitochondrion. B. Glycerate phosphate and phosphoglycolate in the chloroplast. C. Triose phosphate and sugar in the mitochondrion. D. Oxaloacetate and water in the peroxisome. The correct answer is B. When carbon dioxide levels become low and oxygen levels become high, rubisco acts as an oxygenase. Instead of fixing carbon dioxide, it reacts with oxygen. This reaction produces one molecule of glycerate phosphate and one molecule of phosphoglycolate. This is the first step of photorespiration. Question number 15. Sorghum and wheat are C4 plants that are well adapted to photosynthesize efficiently in hot, bright conditions. Peas and carrots are C3 plants and do not photosynthesize efficiently under the same conditions. In which feature are these plants similar? A. The enzyme used to fix carbon dioxide. B. The cells where the Calvin cycle takes place. C. The presence of chloroplasts in bundle sheath cells. D. The cells where carbon dioxide fixation takes place. The correct answer is D. In both C3 and C4 plants, the initial fixation of carbon dioxide occurs in mesophyll cells. However, the Calvin cycle differs. In C3 plants, the Calvin cycle occurs in mesophyll cells. In C4 plants, it occurs in bundle sheath cells. Question number 16. Plants that follow the CAM photosynthetic pathway carry out the two stages of photosynthesis at different times. Which of the following products are formed during the night? A. Malate and sugar. B. ATP and NADPH. C. Oxaloacetate and malate. D. Carbon dioxide and sugar. The correct answer is C. At night, CAM plants open their stomata and absorb carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide combines with phosphoenol pyruvate to form oxaloacetate. Oxaloacetate is then converted into malate and stored until daytime. During the day, the stored malate releases carbon dioxide for the Calvin cycle. In an experiment to study photosynthesis, a plant was provided radioactive carbon dioxide as a metabolic tracer, and the radioactive carbon was incorporated first into oxaloacetate. Which one of the following would best characterize this plant? A. C4 plant. B. C3 plant. C. CAM plant. D. Heterotrophic plant. The correct answer is A. In C4 plants, carbon dioxide is first fixed by PEP carboxylase. The first stable compound formed is oxaloacetate, a 4-carbon compound. Therefore, if radioactive carbon first appears in oxaloacetate, the plant is a C4 plant. Question number 18. Which of the following results in the production of oxygen during photosynthesis? A. Reducing in ADP+. B. Splitting of water molecules. C. Electron transfer system of photosystem I. D. Electron transfer system of photosystem II. The correct answer is B. The oxygen released during photosynthesis comes from water, not carbon dioxide. During the light-dependent reactions, light energy splits water molecules in a process called photolysis. This produces oxygen, electrons, and hydrogen ions. Question number 19. The light reactions occur in the dash while the Calvin cycle occurs in the dash. A. Cytosol of cytoplasm, stroma. B. Thylakoid membranes, stroma. C. Stroma, thylakoid membranes. D. Cytoplasm, thylakoid membrane. The correct answer is B. The light-dependent reactions occur on the thylakoid membranes where chlorophyll, photosystems, and electron carriers are located. The Calvin cycle takes place in the stroma, the fluid-filled region surrounding the thylakoids. Question number 20. What are the products of the light reactions that are subsequently used by the light-independent reactions of photosynthesis? A. Carbon dioxide and RuBP. B. ATP and NADPH. C. Oxygen and carbon dioxide. D. Electrons and photons. The correct answer is B. The light-dependent reactions produce ATP and NADPH. ATP provides energy, while NADPH provides hydrogen and electrons for carbon dioxide reduction in the Calvin cycle. Question number 21. The immediate products of C3 and C4 photosynthesis in carbon fixation are, respectively, A. Ribulose bisphosphate and malic acid. B. Carbon dioxide and glucose. C. Phosphoglycerate and oxaloacetate. D. Glyceraldehyde phosphate and phosphoenol pyruvate. The correct answer is C. In C3 plants, carbon dioxide combines with RuBP to form phosphoglycerate. In C4 plants, carbon dioxide first combines with phosphoenol pyruvate to form oxaloacetate. Question number 22. Which of the following organisms have the greatest problem with photorespiration? A. C2 plants. B. C3 plants. C. C4 plants. D. CM plants. The correct answer is B. Photorespiration occurs when rubisco binds oxygen instead of carbon dioxide. C3 plants have no special mechanism to concentrate carbon dioxide around rubisco. As a result, they experience the highest rate of photorespiration, especially in hot conditions. Question number 23. What type of energy transformation occurs in photosynthesis? A. Heat energy to electrical energy. B. Light energy to chemical energy. C. Mechanical energy to electrical energy. D. Chemical energy to mechanical energy. The correct answer is B. Plants absorb sunlight using chlorophyll. This light energy is converted into chemical energy stored in glucose and other organic compounds. Question number 24. This item is based on the diagram of a chloroplast. Which letters represent the sites where photolysis and the Calvin cycle take place, respectively? A, D and F. B, C and E. C, B and A. D, F and E. The correct answer is C. Photolysis occurs on the thylakoid membranes, also called grana. The Calvin cycle occurs in the stroma. Therefore, the correct labels are the ones representing the granum and the stroma, respectively.